If you or somebody that you love has a migraine brain like me, you know how much it is so important and game-changing, life-changing to be seen and validated and understood. But here's the thing though, not everybody is going to feel cared for in the same way. So that's where our 5 love languages come in. I felt like this would be a fun thing to cover because Valentine's Day is coming up. So from this, you can get some good gift ideas or, a good wish list that you could send your significant other maybe. And we're going to cover each of the 5 love languages. So we'll go into what it is and like strategies to meet that need that are migraine friendly or related to migraine wellness. And actually, I'm going to be working in reverse order of my love language like profile, I guess we could say, where I'm going to start with the thing that scored the lowest for me and work the way up to my strongest love language, the one that is most important to me personally, just for fun. I mean, everybody has their own unique way that they feel loved, so this is just my experience, but I'm gonna go through each one with you. And for full disclosure, I'm working off of memory, which is a dangerous thing because I have a bad memory, but I do feel quite confident about these results because I tried to retake the test and it would only show me my top score, which I already knew, and it wanted me to like pay for the breakdown, and I didn't really feel like doing that, so I'll link to where you can take the quiz yourself in case you don't know your love language. So first of all, before we get into the specifics, each of these love languages, it's not about the thing itself, it's about the way the thing is presented or done, and it has to really be individualized. So this will make more sense when we get into the first one on the list here, but it's all about being seen and understood. Like, it has to be unique to the individual. So number 5 in my reverse tier order is receiving gifts. Now this one has been devastating for my fiance to find out, that I've been with for almost 13 years, which is goofy because I do love a good gift, but it is on the lowest end of the spectrum of how much it makes me feel seen and understood. And it is not that simple. So he was devastated because he's like, oh, but that's the easiest one. Of course you don't care about that. It's not that simple. It's not just any gift is gonna meet the need of the person that has this love language as their top one. It has to be something that shows that you're thinking of them, shows that you understand them and are personalizing this gift to them. So the ways that you could support somebody with migraine is bringing them things to help them battle an attack. So if they're starting to recover from a migraine attack, maybe bringing them their favorite snacks or drinks. A gift idea could be something that they could add to their migraine fighting toolkit. I have gotten an item for my migraine fighting toolkit in the past as gifts. My favorite ice pack was for my head that I can wear to alleviate symptoms was a gift from my fiance at one point. So these kinds of things are specifically tailored for the person to manage symptoms or meet them where what their need is. You could also do self-care things that you know that they're going to use. So kind of spa gift set kind of thing. If there's certain scents that aren't really triggering, you could do certain lotions or stuff like that, candles. These things can, it's all about being tailored to the specific person. It's hard to give more ideas here because this one they all are going to feel a little bit open because again, it's very much tailored to the individual. But when we're thinking about gift ideas for somebody whose love language is receiving gifts, the sky's the limit. It's basically any gift that makes sense for them, something you know that they're going to use, something you know they're going to enjoy, or something you know that they need. Okay, so next one up is physical touch. Now here's a silly goofy thing about me. I actually had a 3-way tie in my results from what I remember. That's why I feel pretty confident about recalling the results. So there was a clear winner, there was a clear loser, and then everything else was tied. And physical touch is in that 3-way tie for me personally. So this one can be kind of a tricky one to navigate if we're thinking about what we can do for somebody with migraine, because if they are in the midst of an attack, they might be extra sensitized, and things that are physical touch related may be overwhelming and upsetting and that kind of thing. So we definitely need to have boundaries in place, but also know what is going to be helpful and what is maybe not going to be helpful. So maybe a massage is a really great thing that you can offer your partner that's dealing with an attack, but maybe that's too much and they don't want to do that. So kind of knowing them and where their boundaries are and what they're going to be comfortable and enjoy is an important thing. So there are physical touch things that could be helpful and therapeutic, maybe a really good hug or just holding their hand while they are dealing with symptoms, just sitting next to them and holding their hand or something like that. Now, gift ideas that you could consider for somebody whose love language is physical touch could be kind of more like that sensory type of thing. So it could be like specific creams, balms, lotions, like a pain relieving gel could be an interesting one. And maybe you could even like help them with applying it or something like that. I don't know. Like that's not something I would want. But again, this is not my top love language. If you're not going to be able to be with them, giving them something like a handheld massage gun. I have one of those that I use on my shoulders when they get tense pretty often. That was a gift from my significant other. Other sensory things like really like soft blankets or like a robe or something, or a recent favorite of mine is a weighted blanket. That's a nice like sensory input, physical touch adjacent type of idea that you could consider for somebody who really values physical touch. I should have said this in the last one, but for any of these love languages, if you are thinking of a really good idea that would be a migraine friendly way to support somebody or a really good gift idea, please tell me in the comments so that I can have more ideas, and also people who are like looking for certain love languages can look at those ideas as well. So next up in my three-way tie is words of affirmation. Oh no, I hear my air kicking on and my air is really loud. But it's freezing in here, so I'm so sorry. I'm gonna let it go, and it's gonna be kind of loud, so bear with me. So when we're thinking of words of affirmation, these are things that are like supporting, uplifting words that could be like written or verbal, something like that. Compliments, just like a love note. That would be a really great one for Valentine's Day, like a love note. Anyway, ways to support someone with migraine is just like calling out certain things, like sending them a quick text or just saying something to them about like, hey, I know that you're really having a tough day, but you are amazing and I'm here to help you. Or complimenting their strength with facing migraine in a way that's like not weird, ideally. Like let's not go into like toxic positivity zone or just like downplay what other people are experiencing, but a way to compliment their strength with like the way that they're managing their chronic illness would be great. For gift ideas specifically, like definitely don't neglect the card, like writing them a nice sweet note for whatever event it is, like Valentine's Day or anniversary or birthday or whatever. Like definitely get a card and have a nice handwritten note included. Like that's so sweet. Providing something where they can kind of form their own affirmations, like an affirmation subscription app or something that's going to send them like an uplifting message each day, or a journal where they can like go through their own written word and maybe have daily affirmations, ways to uplift themselves with words. That would be great too. Now the last one in my three-way tie is acts of service. So this is all about like doing tasks that are going to help support somebody else. So for making it migraine friendly, this can be like doing chores when you know they're having a symptomatic day, like doing their chores and stuff for them, or like setting up like a migraine hibernation zone, like like gathering the tools that they're going to need for that, for getting through an attack, and like having a cozy, soft, dark place set up that you like curate for them, like that kind of act or task of building that environment. Or again, kind of alongside like the helping support with chores and stuff, like finding things that are extra draining for them. Like maybe they hate like cooking and meal prep. Maybe you could help with that. Make some easy meals or prep some things for them. That could be helpful. You could make this into a cute gift by doing like a DIY coupon booklet that they could have like a certain amount of tickets where you'll do certain tasks for them, like to help them around the house, or I don't know, things like that. You could also find ways to take things off of their plate that are overwhelming, like signing them up for some sort of meal subscription, or different types of subscriptions that maybe meet a need. That's the only one I can think of right now, but stuff that takes one step off of their plate. I don't know. Let's get to the last one, which is my personal top contender for my love language. Is the one that's the most valued and important to me, and that is quality time. It's actually so funny to me. Like, it's absolutely my strongest love language, but as a like 100% introvert, like if we're thinking of introverted to extroverted on like a scale, I'm 100% introvert. I want to be alone. Like, I want to be by myself, but I do totally acknowledge that this is my strongest love language. I do really value quality time with my loved ones, specifically my significant other. Now, ways that you can support somebody is really just being present and being there for them while maybe they're dealing with symptoms or going through a rough period with their migraine attacks. Just literally being with them to support them through it. Another one could be just like being able to have being able to communicate and letting them vent maybe and like talk through things, and being able to just be a person that's there physically like with them and like going through this with them and listen to them and not try to fix anything, but be there to support them in the moment as they're like expressing what they're going through. Something that is the thing that I really think about when I'm thinking about quality time is planning these like lower sensory or lower intensity activities that you can do together, so that no matter where we are in the scale of how symptomatic and like disabling migraine might be at the time, you're still going to be able to spend time together and like have fun, you know, things that you are able to partake in together. It could be like board games, it could be, you know, just watching a really like cozy movie or TV show together, stuff like that. Okay, so gift ideas, these are going to be a little bit more like experience based, so you could go ahead and like schedule something. Oh, my air is turning off, thank goodness. Okay. So you could go ahead and plan something in the future and like mark the calendar for something that you're going to be able to do together, but then it'll have to be something you kind of think about with caution, because we don't know how the person's going to be health-wise on that day. It could be a high symptom day and it might be hard to do certain activities, or you could plan something a little bit more open-ended where like, I don't know what that might look like, but it's some sort of event that isn't tied to a specific time, just something that you plan on doing whenever things align. You could just make sure that you're planning a really fun outing, doing a date night, and that can be the gift. A gift that you could like physically hand someone could be kind of alongside those like things that you're going to be able to do together, like some sort of like puzzle or game that you could have fun playing together. And that's it. Living with migraine, it can feel really isolating, and if we're not kind of getting that need met through the lens of what our personal love languages are, it could feel even more so. It can be an uphill battle. So it's very important to kind of take this angle and think about migraine through a love language lens and think about what's going to make that person feel the most supported as they're going through this. I think that's very important, and I hope that this gives you some good ideas either for yourself or for a loved one. And it doesn't have to be tied to Valentine's Day. It can just be everyday things that are happening and making sure that you're supporting your significant other or your loved one just throughout it all. But I hope it also gave you some good gift ideas if you are shopping for Valentine's or a birthday or an anniversary or Christmas or something like that. Let me know what your love language is in the comments below. Like I went through in this video, my top one is quality time, and everything else is tied except for gifts, which I apparently don't care about. And do let me know if you have so many extra ideas for any of these categories, something that we could add to the collection of like, these are good ideas for people with this love language. Let me know if you have any additional suggestions, and let me know anything else you want to let me know. Okay, talk to you later.